Okay.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Drawing. And
You upset all the panelists or something.
yeah, can I pull some people from the audience?
Yeah. This is anybody play bass? And we need a drummer.
We've got Bill Koeb got delayed. He's coming in. Montalvo just got here. And so, Montalvo, you get to draw first. How about that?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, Montalvo? Are you set up?
We just can't hear you, Montalvo.
I think he's setting stuff up.
Well, while he sets things up,
I can talk.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, tonight. If this is your first time drawing, this is where you get to draw alongside some amazing artists. You can watch us draw, and we encourage you to draw as well. And please post and share your work because we check it out throughout the night. I'm going to share a link as soon as John starts getting talking in the chat. And that link sends you to the photos that we'll be drawing tonight. We've already got one photo up. Yeah, that's how it works. When you use the chat, please be sure you're, sometimes it defaults to all panelists. Make sure you're sending it to all panelists and attendees. That's it, John.
Okay. Hey, I'm just looking. I wanted to see what Bill Koeb.
Hello.
Hey, Bill. How are you, man?
Hey, Bill.
Hi, everybody. Hey, I'm gonna talk for a minute while our artists are getting their cameras set up and all that fun stuff. So, as always, this is brought to you by the Visual Arts Passage, 25th episode of Illustration Isolation, or 24th.
Yeah.
24th?
Yeah, 24th.
Okay, I was close. 25 is something we have to celebrate. It's like our silver anniversary.
Yeah.
Who thought we would ever do anything consistently 25 weeks at the same time?
First, other than the Illustration Academy.
That's right. We managed to pull the Illustration Academy off 25 years in a row. All right. So our next semester, Visual Arts Passage, starts on October 10th. We have an illustration program and we have a concept design or concept art program. I like to say that our concept art program really focuses on developing people that design. It's about design first. Tonight, we're in our illustration isolation drawing room. I'm going to click to my favorite page here. And I love to go through the participants of people that have been helping us. Start with George Pratt at the top, Audrey Benjaminson, Gil Ashby, myself, John Foster, Brent Watkinson, Hector Casanova, Bill Koeb, Don Kilpatrick, Ashley Lovett. Down in the bottom row is Vanessa Del Rey, Dale Stephanos, and Ray Bonilla. My next slide. I didn't want to redo that slide, so I added our most recent drawer, our most recent guest. I'm trying to get his attention because he's working on his camera. Montalvo. There's one of Montalvo's drawings that I love that he did last week. So Montalvo is well represented tonight. I don't think he can hear me, but that's okay. Also, Chris Payne. And my joke was before that I didn't want to redo the page, and Chris Payne didn't fit on that page. So he got his own page. This is also a portrait that Chris did of the Wade brothers. The Wade brothers have been very helpful to us, and I thank them, the Art House and the Wade brothers, for helping us with their own photography, allowing us to use their photography, and now allowing us to use Bryan Rodner Carr, the introduction to them. So thank you very much, the Wade brothers, and thank you, Bryan, for the beautiful photography that we'll be drawing again tonight. Timmy, you got something to say about that?
Yeah, be sure to tag Bryan, BR Carr. Be sure to tag Art House. I'm going to share all the information, but most importantly, be sure to tag #illustration isolation. I know it's a lot of stuff to tag, but it really is, it makes it so much special at the end of the night because we get to check it all out. I think it's really a fun part of this. So we love seeing your work. It's why we keep coming back. And John, I know you mentioned, the fall semester starts October 10th. One of the things I want to tell everybody here, because I know how much all of you clearly appreciate free stuff. We're doing free portfolio reviews right now. You can book them this week. We were going to allow people, and this is a one-on-one portfolio review. You get to meet with John. So it's like illustration isolation, but alone.
That's creepy.
It's a really awesome opportunity. We get emails every day of people saying how much they love it. And I can't recommend it highly enough, on top of the fact that it is free. It's totally free. We don't ask you to sign up for something or do anything. It's just totally free. It's really awesome. And honestly, if you're considering a course, it is the fastest way to test drive this.
It's also, in that portfolio review, I really like to focus on what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and most importantly, what your path is going to be. We talk a lot about direction. Timmy, I got a text just now from Bill Koeb. I don't know if he's having camera.
Yeah, I'll deal with it. As you can tell, we've allowed everybody to get a little bit lackadaisical, so we're kind of shooting from the hip today.
Everybody kind of came in at the last minute. I apologize. Yeah.
They know that if they come in first, they have to draw first.
Yeah.
Montalvo hasn't learned that yet.
Montalvo, your mic is muted.
Mic is muted, Montalvo.
I'm all good now.
Mute here.
All right. We got Bill. We got Montalvo. Montalvo, we can hear you.
All right.
All right.
So, Bill,
do we have this camera up here?
All right. Montalvo's starting because we can see your what you're going to be painting, and we can hear you. So,
do we have Montalvo's camera up?
Yeah.
Or is that Bill's?
John,
it's turned up.
You gotta trust me on this.
Okay, I totally got you.
Captain of this ship.
Okay.
I know.
I was showing you my ceiling.
Yeah, looks good.
All right. There we go. All right. So Montalvo, unfortunately, we chose a piece of photography for you. That's what you're drawing.
Oh, which one is going to be?
Follow the link in the chat, Montalvo, and you'll be set.
Well, I have I have received the email with the photographs.
Okay.
I'm choosing between the girl, the black girl with a green background, and
that's not it.
Last one, the girl with a black hat.
All right, guys. Here, Montalvo. Everybody, Montalvo is going to get a free start.
It can
Sorry.
be any of them.
Okay, Montalvo, we're just going to post it because we had no choice. Sorry to do that to you. And Montalvo, George Pratt just came into the room. I know you want to say hi.
Hey. Hi, George.
Old friends.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out of here.
No. Hey.
I'm actually going to log in again with my iPad.
Okay, so here we go. I am going to stop share. Montalvo's screen is up. Montalvo, can you see the reference you're drawing?
Yeah, I got the reference here. I got from your email, and I'm choosing between the last girl with the black hat or the other girl with the green background.
Montalvo, I just sent you an email, and you're just going to have to wait until you get that email and just follow that link if you can.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Because we're basically, Montalvo, we're asking you to use a different pice of reference.
John,
right.
Some way to leverage over these artists so they come in 10 minutes.
I know.
I was setting things up here, and I got a
It's
little
okay.
late.
No, Montalvo,
Before the time.
we're just giving you trouble, man.
Okay.
No problem. Absolutely. It's gonna be fun. Is this the guy with laying on the floor near his bed?
Yes.
You're
You got
there.
it. You got it.
Okay. So let's go. Let's see if I got some zoom here.
And if anybody's wondering, we're going to be posting the images throughout the night. So this is our first image, because I've learned that if I post more than one image at a time, our panelists tend to draw whatever they want. So,
All right. So this is
the second image will come up shortly.
Yeah, I brought my own reference too.
Thanks for being so helpful, George.
Montalvo, I like your camera setup there.
Oh yeah, it's just it's supposed to be a microphone stand, but I adapted it for a camera.
Smart.
It's light and easy to set up here.
Okay,
Well,
what are you
gonna
drawing
start?
with, Montalvo?
Can I go on?
Yeah, you're ready.
All right.
Talk.
Here we go.
Everybody, this first pose is going to be 20 minutes. And
Okay.
it's of the young black man. He's kind of laying down next to the bed. If you follow the link that I just sent, you'll see the photo. And I'm going to share links to everything that everybody will want to tag.
I'll try to stick to the 20-minute frame tonight.
Take what you need. We're just getting warmed up.
All right.
Yeah, this is just like being at Woodstock, like listening to them tune their guitars.
You get to see the ugly underbelly.
Yeah, this is the guitar tuning of Visualized Passage.
Hey, don't sugarcoat it there, you know.
Montalvo, what are you drawing with?
I'm using pastel pencils, but I got this little extender here because it's just a tiny bit of it.
So,
I like to draw with, this kind of pastels, not the black ones, because the marks they make are too definitive, and sometimes I gotta just move things around. And I think this kind of drawing with orange pastels makes it easier for me. Because if I have to change something or change my mind about some lines or some volumes and stuff, I don't even need to use a rubber. I'll just go over this and do something like this, draw again.
Timmy, I showed incredible restraint right then.
Oh, I don't even want to know. I went over my head. Don't worry. Yeah, I was not listening.
I like to make some kind of marks around.
Is this the young black gentleman with the earrings and stuff, or the guy? Oh, I see. It's the guy. Okay, never mind. Got it.
Should be the only photo visible on that page.
I'm using my phone. From
and then the other thing is, the funny part about that is you can't tell from Montalvo's drawing what it is.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't want to say it. Just razzing you.
George,
Yes.
your time will come.
Oh, I know. Believe me.
I just have you toggled permanently, George, and I can reach the button. It just says remove.
It's so nice to be loved.
So, George, tell us who you invited today.
Huh?
You were just telling me on the way that when you were driving over here that you invited students?
Oh, I did. I did a presentation this morning from one of my ex-students from when I taught at Pratt,
Yeah.
and he's in Lawrence, Kansas,
Oh my God.
and at the Lawrence whatever school system, whatever, and they had me doing a thing on line weight, and I brought up this the drawing sessions and stuff, and said they all should show up and come in and draw with us, you know. And I did it also with my class today, pushing it.
Well, we'll see how influential you are.
Probably not very.
George, I think it's really interesting that you can still blame commuting for getting to a digital a digital room late.
No, I'm not blaming commuting. I'm blaming tiredness.
I know.
I just got out of class.
It's exhausting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with you doing it all day with a mask on, and
Oh man, I can't imagine.
no fun.
Is your situation hybrid, George, or is it all in person?
It's all physical.
Yeah, I was gonna
This
say.
this class today, it's a painting class.
I was gonna say, really caught. They're making you wear a mask in the Zoom meetings.
Well, it's like yeah, the painting classes are the only classes actually that are in the flesh, you know. And we were trying to fix it so that you know, we wouldn't have to be in the actual class with the students. But like we figured it out too. We had our own space, everything, and but unfortunately, like IT totally screwed up everything we did, and it's been a nightmare. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go in there and teach. I really didn't want to be in there with the students, but yeah, it's
George, are you gonna get us on some hit squad now from the school?
yeah. No, I want your IT, Timmy.
I
Things will
think
be working.
George, I think you'd get pretty annoyed with me. I'm like the Jimmy Fallon character where he's like, "Move." You remember that skit? He was the pushy IT guy.
Oh, what show was it?
It was SNL. He was just like the IT guy that was just like a know-it-all and just unpleasant.
Oh, I haven't watched that in forever.
Yeah, he'd go, "Move over." It was just, yeah, it was pretty good skit because it was so true.
Move over.
Steve, the IT guy.
I remember the copy room thing, you know, where they were all
Rob
the
Schneider.
copy guy. Yeah.
No, this is after that.
Okay.
This is the Jimmy Fallon era of it.
Yeah. See, I never watched that.
That was my favorite chapter of SNL that I saw live, I guess.
You saw it live?
Like that I was like watching, like I would stay up on Saturdays to watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I like also grew up with the older stuff too.
Right.
Like Chevy Chase stuff.
Yeah. I remember the very first episode.
Really?
George Carlin. Yeah.
George Carlin, love him.
Yeah. Man, do I miss that guy.
Yeah.
He would have had a field day with all this stuff going on.
There'd be lots of stuff for him to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about. I just wonder, him and Christopher Hitchens,
Oh, yeah. Right.
they would, you know, I would just love to hear what would be their ideas on our situation now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a book my dad gave me that is called The Quotable Hitchens.
Yeah.
It's just like
Whoa.
it's just like 200 pages of
Quotes.
quotes. And
God.
whether or not you like the guy, it's really amazing that he could fill 200 pages with quotes that didn't become mundane. I mean,
Well, if I didn't know Christopher Hitchens, you know, his stuff, I would be surprised. But
yeah.
knowing the guy, he's able to do some real cool stuff. And, you know, even with quotes of 200 pages, I'd like to look this book up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send it to you, Montalvo.
I read a couple of books. This is just, and all the videos that I can, you know, try to watch. It was such a strange thing because just when I saw Christopher Hitchens for the first time on the internet, I think it was a video with four guys, four yeah, I just don't remember the name, but anyway, I started following him, and then 1 month later, I noticed, you know, I got this news that he just passed away. It's just like, I think it was 2011.
So you killed him?
Ah.
Basically, yeah. That was the impression I got.
I would be
Thanks, Montalvo.
terribly guilty about that.
I'll
But
be
well,
I really don't know who Christopher Hitchens is. Like, other than just having that book that my dad gave me, I really don't know. I don't know much about it.
yeah, he's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. George, when you first saw SNL, how old were you? And what did you think, oh, this is going to last 50 years?
I was, we were in high school. I think I was 18 or 19 years old when it first, wasn't that right, John? When it
Yeah.
first came out?
I was a sophomore or junior in high school. Junior in high school.
Okay, yeah. So like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, George didn't graduate high school till he was 20, so he was a little slow.
Oh boy, gloves are off.
You graduated high school?
Yeah.
No, I never did. I'm kidding.
George is one of the most educated men I know.
I have everybody fooled.
For those of you who have tuned in late and somebody just asked, Montalvo, what are you drawing with?
Oh yeah, this is a pastel pencil.
Mm-hmm.
This is they're the same material as pastels, but they look like pencils, so they are cleaner. And sometimes it's better for making the first drawings and stuff. But I got the whole thing of pastels around here, just waiting for the drawing just to get in the right place. How's my time going?
It's going fine.
Very quickly.
Very quickly, it's just
You have 1
slipping
minute.
through my fingers.
One minute. I'm
How long-
teasing. You got 9 minutes, Montalvo.
All right.
How long was his, how much time did he have?
20. But I kind of stalled while we were goofing around getting started. So
Doesn't feel like it's been 20 minutes.
no, I'm just teasing him. He's got 9 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Hey, George, so you're working digitally tonight?
Yeah. I'm just wiped out. It's like in setting everything up, I'm just like, oh man, forget it.
Yeah, no problem. Do you want to stream it at some point?
Yeah, I will.
All right, cool. You know, I haven't tried the Zoom will let you do multi-desktop screening now.
Oh yeah.
But we haven't tried it yet. It was really funny that we did it with Dale. We were featuring Vanessa maybe, or Audrey, and Dale was streaming his digital desktop, and in the recording it just booted everybody else's off, and so the entire thing was just Dale drawing. It's just their updates not catching up with I don't know.
Yeah.
They think that if you're sharing your screen, you're doing a little PowerPoint.
Right.
So. Who's, I'm just curious in the crowd, who's tuning in for the first time?
I invited a couple of people again. Maybe
Cool.
there are some newbies around.
Don Rogers, second time. That name sounds familiar.
Don Rogers.
Yeah.
Don Rogers, an came to the academy, was an instructor at SCAD for years, just retired. Thank you for joining us, Don.
Congrats. Very cool.
Good artist.
Awesome. Somebody found the event on Facebook. Great. It's good. It's good to hear that's worth their while. Yeah. Yeah. I got to say, if you're attending, if you're not drawing, it doesn't count. There, a couple of people have said they're just lurking.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Hopefully all of you who are attending for their first time missed the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, kind of apologize about that tonight.
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, nice tape.
It was great. It was flawless. You know everything you've heard about these colleges having nightmares? It was the opposite of that. Yeah. It was like a Steve Jobs keynote presentation.
Well, his worked.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you weren't here, we're not talking.
Also, I should add, if this is your first time joining Montalvo, this is your second time drawing with us. Bill Koeb, you're a series regular, and George, a recurring guest star. But you should all know, if this is your first time joining, almost every week we have kind of a different cast of artists. Some more regular than others. We try to change it up, send out invites to our art buddies to join and draw with us every Thursday night. So you really never know who's going to be here, which is, I think, makes it exciting, kind of fun.
A lot of good drawers come through here.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can count on.
A lot of great drawers come through here.
So Chris is on the road, huh?
He's on the road, but like Monday, he sends me a message on Monday. I said, "Hey, John, I'm going to be traveling on Thursday. Can you send me the reference? Because I'm going to do the drawings for my hotel room."
Yeah.
Think he's going to time himself?
Probably.
Which isn't fair because then he gets to spend all this time on them, make them look nice. He buffs them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is really not as good as he actually looks.
Exactly.
Right. We all want to bring a little comfort by saying that, but unfortunately, Chris is as good as he actually is. He's amazing.
Kevin Schaefer says, I was here for the rough start. I think it's better to call it guitar tuning. Tuning our instruments.
What rough start?
I wasn't rough on us. That's all by design.
You planned that.
Bill, it's good to have you here again. Missed you last week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, Timmy, you're going to post that picture that you talked about on our last meeting with your father and Frank Zappa?
I'll see if I can dig it up. I think I might have it on my computer.
All right.
Find it.
I just got curious.
There's the timer.
Oh, that's good.
So this is when they're supposed to stop drawing.
I don't know if they heard me.
Time's up, man.
Yeah, they did. This is just, we don't have a strict stop drawing policy. Pencils down.
Depends on if he's counting Timmy minutes or Johnny minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we can stop
Right.
it.
Time seems to run faster when you're drawing here.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Interesting.
All right. Bill, you up next?
Sure.
What was your,
Again,
There's no photo choosing right now, John. Remember we discussed what was up next?
Yeah, I picked the one with the girl with the, it was kind of a close-up. I think she had red hair. She had a nice shadow on her face.
Well, the beret is next, John. So do you want to go next, John?
what's the next one, the beret?
Talk about the beret? Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. If somebody else wants to draw that, they're welcome to. I'm pretty distracted right now.
I was
But
going to say, we need a leader. Bill, do you want to draw
What's the
beret?
image? Yeah, I could draw this one. Sure.
Okay, great.
Which one is it?
It's a girl with a beret and the pretty
Yeah.
green eyes.
If you just go to the webpage and hit refresh, you'll see
Yeah.
it.
I just have them, the ones John sent me. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll draw that.
Little red thing in the front of it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, everybody. So if you drew that last image with us, thank you. And be sure to share it. I'm going to share right here. Be sure to include these in your tags. You can also share it with us on Facebook group. The Illustration Isolation Facebook group page is it's become a really fun hangout during the week. I think we're going to continue to post reference photography on Mondays just to keep things moving during the week. So everybody who participated in that, awesome. A lot of really cool work to watch get made midweek.
There was a whole bunch of chats in here that I have not even looked at. You've been following the chat, Timmy?
Bill, we're in your studio, just stopping by.
Hey. I'm still struggling with the glasses, no glasses thing.
Oh.
Figure that out.
Has it been a busy week for you, Bill?
What's that?
Have you had a busy week?
Yeah, I've been working on some. I want to do a workshop sometime in October, like a little 2-hour thing, and so I've been working on developing the stuff for that, and doing little color studies, things like that.
What are the color studies for?
They're to show students for this little two-hour workshop I want to do.
Okay, so they're part of the workshop.
Yeah, it's part of the workshop, and I'm going to do a talk about two color painting, or well, 2 colors plus white. That is, if anybody signs up.
Well, that's good.
What was I saying about tech support?
When you get John English and George Pratt in a Zoom room, there's not a lot you can do. It is a uphill battle.
Hey. I'm really kind of taken back by that because
Is that really
our normal fall guy is Chris. And
well, it's because he's such an easy target. You know why? It's because he wears it like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Last week, I spent the entire week. I have a friend that's a sign installer and a sign painter, and I spent almost all week at UNC helping install vinyl graphics, which was good work. It was pretty good pay too.
I'm disappointed for it. Somebody just said the technical difficulties. I'm disappointed for anybody who joined for the first time. We do not have technical difficulty problems, often outside of Chris Payne. and Chris pays for his entry with his talent. So
Yeah, he's Chris Payne.
yeah, we will we'll accept some technical difficulty based on skill. You know, it's kind of like Shaquille O'Neal can't make any free throws. He makes up for it elsewhere.
I'll tell you a very funny story about that related to Gary Kelly. This conversation that came up about the students, this was probably 7 or 8 years ago. Students were listening to Gary talk about his illustration process and delivering his work, and they were kind of shocked that he still delivered all of his work as originals. He's a traditional illustrator, and he worked whatever he was working in at the time, whether if it was monotype or pastel or even oil, he would send the original piece. And so this debate just started, and this one student, when it kind of went on, it's like, Gary, that's not going to last very long. People are going to quit using you because you're so behind the times. And he said, well, I kind of look at it a little differently. And so he said, I like to think about, like, when I send an art director a package, it's like they have to unwrap the package. It's like they're getting a Christmas present. And so the student went on to tell him why that wasn't going to work and how it wasn't going to happen. And he said, well, this is, and he went on to say, well, I've done these few projects and I've always delivered it, delivering it digitally to the art director. The art director has opportunity that we can make changes quicker and all the benefits of the digital delivery. And
Which aren't benefits.
and Gary looked at him really seriously. He said, but there's still one difference you're not counting for. He goes, what's that? The student just said, well, what's that, Mr. Kelly? He goes, my clients are getting a Gary Kelly. It was just so beautiful. It was like, they're opening up an original Gary Kelly. And I don't care how you deliver yours, they're still getting a Gary Kelly.
I can't because I
I
can't.
gotta say, if the student has a point in that, if you don't have 30 years of experience or 40 years of experience, that goes back to a pre-faxing era.
Yeah. Well, that was the only reason I told that, Tim,
Yeah.
is because
No, I know, yeah.
what you were saying about, it's Chris Payne. You can get away with it. It's Chris Payne.
Yeah, not many people get the pass, the tech pass, especially when you attend a tech program. Because I gotta say, John, we are not anti-tech.
Oh, definitely not.
No,
We wouldn't be
I
here.
don't want anybody to mistake that.
It's just tech is anti-you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Doesn't work well with me. I'm okay with that. Illustration has always followed technology. It's always been a product of technology, and it continues to change because of it, and always will. Mass producing with the printing press allowed illustration to exist, basically. And whatever technology, I mean, it was kind of interesting. I always thought that I loved listening to people talk 20 years ago about it's the end of traditional illustration. It's the end of illustration in general with digital photography. And it took a huge hit. It was really interesting. Photography took a bigger hit.
Yeah, with the iPhone and everything.
Absolutely. But you got to change, you got to adapt. And so many new marketplaces have opened up for good visual storytellers. So important to pay attention to technology.
I would say that photography has more opportunities now, though, to more people.
Well, but seriously though, Timmy, 20 years ago, I mean, photographers.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying the playing field has been leveled in a really great way. Because, what's really wild is like I saw it firsthand. There was a whole new age group of young artists starting studios and production houses that could have never fathomably funded it.
Right.
It was the opportunities abounded. Now, if you're talking about like the stock photo industry, yeah, that guy, that decimated things.
Yeah. That was part of it for sure.
Yeah. But it is really interesting. I can't even like begin to really guess how much, but what did it cost, 20 years ago to open up a photo studio compared to what it would cost now to open up a fully functioning photo studio? Pretty different,
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean anything about a good functioning photo studio. Yeah.
Well, it was like when desktop publishing hit, you had everybody and their dog, able to finally do some of this stuff. And there was a lot of really bad stuff,
Yeah.
and it finally sort of evens out a little bit, where the cream rises to the top.
Yeah. I mean, like, why not? It's like, who cares if there's bad stuff? Like you're saying, like, yeah, the cream rises, people are going to appreciate the good stuff. Hopefully the talented artists,
Yeah.
move forward. The cream rises to the crop, that's why, like 20 million people watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians every week.
Yeah. Spank.
Just good stuff, just always.
Yeah. It just, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who lives here in Sarasota too is Jerry Springer. And it's like, he started it. It's like, wow, I'm amazed he's able to walk around and not be mugged.
Yeah.
That race to the bottom.
That race to the bottom seems to be a worldwide movement.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's really, really scary.
It really is.
How do you, George, on the topic of the
Race to the bottom.
Yeah, race to the bottom. No, I was gonna say
The bottom.
because I remember I was in a group of photographers. This is like years ago, and they were just ragging on this photographer who it was I would say that for the most part, it was a meeting of jealousy of a bunch of people talking about one artist who was just seeing a lot of success. And, arguably, you could argue that he had, there was nothing good about his work.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he was like the talk of the town. Not the colloquial saying, like, he was just getting work. He was doing, everybody was hiring him. And so, how do you feel about stuff like that, like in the illustration world? Is that just kind of like, don't hate the player?
Yeah. Shoot, I can remember being, insanely jealous about the work some people were getting, which was really stupid because it's like, they didn't do what I did. You know what I mean? It's like, we didn't do the same stuff. So I would never have gotten those jobs in the first place, but it was like, but still, and I was talking to Bill Sienkiewicz about
their happiness.
Yeah. Well, Bill was saying the same thing, that he used to really bug him that people were getting these certain kind of jobs and whatever. And then he sort of realized, like, he just sort of woke up and was like, he's just glad anybody's doing anything, you know. But it took a while to get to that place, you know.
Uh-huh.
But there's always going to be that, you know, that faction that just what is it? You know, what's it? Haters gotta hate, whatever.
Haters gotta hate. Yeah, I listen to probably like every week. I probably listen to an interview with somebody I know really nothing about. And this week, this will be a divisive one. I listened to an interview with Tom Brady, and whether or not you have opinions on Tom Brady, because all I kind of knew is that he had an insane diet, but I didn't really know if he was like, I didn't know what his outlook was on greatness or whatever. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting is somebody just said he cheats. No, one of the things that he said that I thought was really interesting, he talks about like greatness, and that like I think a great example is like if Michael Jordan had his measurement of greatness had been, I don't know, say Larry Bird or anything, if it had not been just himself the day before, he never would have become Michael Jordan. Like, it was this, if you measure your progress based on other people, it was I thought it was a really interesting perspective, because he talks about talking with young athletes that are getting into the league, and basically saying like, how good do you want to be? I don't know. To me, it really transferred to the creative world, in that it's like, if you compare yourself to someone else, or if you're only ever thinking about what other people are doing, you really set the ceiling at what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
What do you do when you outpace them? You know? You know who Tom Brady is, right, George?
No, I don't.
Isn't that the father on that old show?
The Brady Bunch?
I don't know if you guys are messing with me or not.
George is not.
Oh, I know George is being real. I think Bill is messing with me.
Bill is messing with you, I'm pretty sure. I know.
I also know that our whole audience is like, bruh.
What? Brady what?
Tom who?
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
There's somebody, Tom Jones. I saw Tom Jones perform live about 15 years ago. It was one of the most gratifying experiences of my life. The guy was amazing. Incredible craftsman. I couldn't stand Tom Jones before I went into the concert. And I got done and I was like, this guy is amazing. He devoted his life to skill and craft, and he perfected it. And he was just absolutely astounding performer. Give him credit.
How long ago was that?
About 15 years ago. Saw him in Vegas and was given tickets, and I was like, man, I do not want to go to this thing. I was so bummed out. I went, and I would have walked right back into the concert if he was doing another one. It was so unbelievably good. And it was all about somebody that had devoted his life to developing a really high level of craft. And he definitely did it.
I think this kind of virtuosity is fascinating in any field, just like in tennis or dancing or whatever. You look at someone doing something really special, doing better than anyone else. I think it's a fascinating experience.
I agree.
Sometimes surprising. It's just like watching some of these YouTube things that people do, like woodcraft. They put that into a machine and they just spin the woods and go crafting it. Sometimes I spend like half an hour just watching one guy doing a vase. never seen that before. It's just like, it's beautiful to see someone doing, you know, excellence in anything.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Montalvo, I got pulled into a YouTube video watching someone restore like I don't know, like a 600-year-old painting. And it was just an absolute, like you're saying, like it was just beyond me. Could not believe it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's just-
really. I almost shared it to our Facebook group, but then I was like, nobody here, everybody will be like, oh, I've seen that before.
Oh, maybe not. I'd like to see that.
It looked like magic to me. It was really, I think what to me it was wild is I was like, and maybe somebody knows the answer to this. I was just like, where do you go? How do you get schooled on that? You know?
Go to school to become a curator.
Right. But then I guess at a certain point though, a lot of it is you get the secrets. I guess for me, it was like John, you say go to school, be a curator. But for me, it's like, I met a food stylist once and I was like, how did you become a food stylist? And they're like, it's just one of those things where like, you have to meet like 100 people and they all tell you the little secrets that they figured out that work. And that's how you learn it is you get all these little, shortcuts from everybody. But I don't know. Maybe there's a school that specializes in restoring, 550-year-old paintings.
Well, there's conservator programs.
We should start a course on that, John.
Yeah, Bill got it right. There's conservative programs for sure.
Yeah.
Come in our,
We'll do like a Renaissance painting restoration online course. If you sign up, we'll send you your damaged Renaissance painting. Yeah.
There might be a few waivers in that one.
Well, they'll pay for the damaged Renaissance painting when they sign up. That's the.
is there a course where you get to damage the Renaissance painting?
That would make it really a really great ecosystem, Bill. Yeah.
Oh.
I think I saw a few years ago I think it was Norman Rockwell painting that was really damaged, and they took it to some restoration studio, and they did a beautiful job and just ungluing it from the base first, and then treating the paper and trying not to damage what was already old, and it was beautiful craftsmanship there.
Lee Harlow says, yep, there's a bunch of restoration masters, but they usually require 6 years of chemistry now. Wow.
Chemistry.
Yeah, because you have to be able to know what's gonna take off a varnish and not the paint.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 6 years. That's wild.
Just like medicine.
Yeah, I was just going to say 3 more years and they could perform surgery on the painting.
Yeah.
But the difference is that the patient won't die if you do something wrong.
Yeah. Your neck might be on the line, though.
Yeah. $2 million
Yeah.
on your negative account wouldn't be a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be there. Just like the guy that hit, I think it was an auction or something like this. And there were 2 guys presenting a vase, big vase, it's like hundreds of years old, and saying that this will will be sold to that man for $1.5 million. And then the guy goes with a hammer and say, well, now, and he breaks the thing in front of everyone.
Oh,
It's horrible. It's just like the face that he does, just like looking at, what have I done? So amazing.
oh.
I don't know why am I laughing about that, because that's tragic.
No, it really is, but it's like everything breaks at some point eventually.
Yeah, and it was so valuable. It was just being
Yeah.
sold to a man. It was just
Yeah.
$1.5 million vase.
There's a really, really good episode of this podcast called Radio Lab, and it's called The Quickest Way to Make $1 Million. And basically, they talk about the museums in America, at least, a great deal of their budget is allocated not towards like popular film would lead you to believe that it's all of these like anti-theft protocols and security systems, but it's really just like hourly employees to make sure people don't trip and fall into a painting. And a big part of it is actually how museums supposedly they're very, very easy to rob apparently. And I guess like most thefts at museums are just because employees forget to lock the door.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a really entertaining episode. I don't know if any of it got debunked, but Radiolab's they're pretty legit with their information. So
That's our timer.
Cool.
I hope you all did better than I did.
okay, what's next, guys? Because now it's pick of the litter. You've got all the photos up. Whatever you want.
Now you say that?
I know.
I'm kidding.
Okay, all I need is some direction.
George, what do you want to draw?
That one you were talking about, the girl with her freckles or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you need me to share this screen?
Yes. Now, let's do it. I'm going to stop by Montalvo's page, though, before you do that.
Yeah, I'm finishing this one here, just like 20 minutes later.
Oh, nice.
Got this one.
Looks great, though.
Nice one, Tavo.
Here.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Yeah, nice.
So you don't
Good for
see,
the next one.
so my other one is not showing up, or how does that work?
George, I don't know. You should just share your screen. Should
Well,
be
the weird thing is I signed in twice, but I'm only seeing one.
John, are you ready to draw?
It can be.
Well, George, yeah.
Yeah, I'll draw.
Yeah, or we can have, Montalvo could draw again.
Yeah, I'm doing the next one.
And then George, maybe I can give you a call. We're not
Are
doing
you not? Sorry, do you hear my voice though?
for live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. Hang on.
I just don't want to
Let me
do
do
a live tech report. So,
You go in.
yeah.
So
So we'll stop by Montalvo. We're going to stop by your studio, and then
All right.
while
Which one do I have now? Can I choose from one of those
Here.
that you sent me on email?
Yeah. Let me, let's do this.
So I think what it is, Timmy, is you need to make me that other me in as a panelist. I think I'm in this the list of regular people.
Okay, George. Well, I'll give you a call in a second. We'll figure it out.
All right.
George, you will draw, you'll do the last pose.
Okay.
Save that reference for George because he really wants to do
I
that.
just want to keep this drawing train moving. So,
Yeah.
so Montalvo, I just updated the photo. She's short hair, and the camera's shooting from a low angle.
The green background?
And with the green background, yes.
Yeah, I was about to choose that one.
I knew it.
Yeah, yeah, cool. All right. So can I go for it?
Yeah, let's do it. And then, George, I'll give you a call.
All right.
Tech support problem solved. Just got off the phone with George, and it is resolved. So.
Awesome.
It's a really beautiful picture, by the way. Love the colors and the attitude.
And just a reminder, the new reference is just same as where the previous reference is. It's just updated. You'll want to hit refresh, but it'll be there. And I'll send you the link right now just to make it easy. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to upload. If you're having issues, just try hitting refresh, and it should appear though.
To me, can I make you a question about papers and stuff?
Yeah, you might be disappointed in how little I know.
No, because when I was there last time, I think it was 2016, there was a paper that you brought. I think it was to George maybe, and he gave me a couple of pages. It was just like a white paper with a kind of satin on it. This just beautiful for watercolors because the watercolor wouldn't soak in the paper. It would stay on.
That's the Utopia paper.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is it easy to find that kind of paper anywhere?
No.
No. Oh, that's why it's called Utopia.
Yeah. When you find it, it's like you're in heaven.
I think I still have a little piece of paper that you gave me, George, that those days, and I never had the courage to use it.
Yeah.
It's so good. You don't have
Yeah,
more of that
I was
paper.
working,
Timmy, do you?
I was working with Timmy's dad to try and, figure it all out, because we were even talking about trying to maybe market it, for
'Cause
watercolor.
that's
Our,
nice to work
our
with.
watercolor paper empire.
Yeah. The watercolor tycoon.
Yeah, he's the watercolor tycoon of the Midwest. Like, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Your dad would have figured it out.
He would have just done it because I think he would have thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have put that right there with the olive oil company.
The olive oil, yeah. If anybody is looking for a nice Sicilian olive oil, we have a 100 bottles we need to flip. So, yeah.
Are you shipping them to Brazil?
Montalvo, I'll find a way. I'll find a way.
For the paper first.
It will be wrapped in
In the paper.
watercolor paper.
That's a joint venture.
Yeah. Who could ever guess? It's just crazy. It's a utopia paper and olive oil. Do you have a name for the olive oil? Or it's just utopia too?
Utopia. No. Yeah, no, the olive oil is called Baron Milio, and it is distributed by Bonapura Imports, which is a company my dad started. Yeah. And now I have an unending supply of Sicilian olive oil.
Nice.
Me and my brothers and my mom. Yeah. It's amazing olive oil. In fact, it might become like a panelist, an illustration isolation panelist gift.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Except for not internationally.
Yeah, sorry, Montalvo.
Oh,
I'll
that hurts.
figure it out. I'll figure it out. We'll get Bruno to come to the academy and we'll send it back with him.
All right.
Yeah, you got to come pick it up, Montalvo.
Bruno
Yeah.
can be a
Don't tease me. I'll end up going.
John, the
Yeah.
olive oil might be the best weekly prize we can give out because it's something we have. We have it stockpiled.
Substantial amount.
man,
Substantial.
I'll have some olive oil any day.
Yeah, well, everybody now we have the vintage, the 2018, which we were all a little distracted and tied up with other things. So as long as you're okay with the 2019 expiration date, you're
Well,
gonna
I don't think olive oil would,
just olives.
would degrade so fast.
Yeah,
Virus free.
virus free.
Virus free.
Yeah.
That counts.
I just shared a link. I just shared a link to my half-finished website for the olive oil company. So I don't think you can even check out on it. So, but you can all check it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind ordering some.
George, we'll just start paying you with olive oil.
Then you find me on the black market selling it at triple value.
Yeah, you're gonna be flipping it. Yeah.
I think he would be okay with that because you would establish the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that might help us out actually, George.
You know, it'd be cool too is if maybe at the end of the session tonight, Montalvo showed some of his sketchbooks. 'Cause
Oh
they're
yeah, I
awesome.
got some here.
That would be cool.
They're awesome.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
you
you.
know, from Montalvo.
Man, it's just it's great just to hear that from you. That you remember my sketchbook.
George, we were commenting about like funny. Somebody was talking about the worst crit they ever got before in study hall last night, and so there was a bunch of funny lines back and forth, and I kind of used the one that you use all the time, which you just used, was, "Hey, that looks really great for you."
I've been like slamming my students. We're up there, you know, painting from life, and I'm like, I'll go up to somebody and I'm like, you know, we're all painting what's on the stand.
It got the biggest laugh last night. That's really good for you. Brent and John joined us last night for that. It was a fun night.
I'm assuming that was at the expense of somebody who could handle it, though.
Oh,
Oh,
always.
no, it was at the expense of nobody. It was hypothetical. George Pratt doing it to somebody else.
Yeah, 'cause it's really only ever done to people who don't deserve it.
I know, really.
That's right.
True.
Yeah.
That's up there with
Well said,
you know,
Tim.
they're my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, John, just before I got in, I think it was half an hour before I got in, I was remembering that day that we got Marcelo prank Chris Payne. Remember?
That was awesome.
That was so funny.
Marcella could barely speak English.
Yeah.
And Chris, it was the first time that the first time he showed up that year and he was demoing. And so my dad thought it'd be really funny to get Marcelo to walk up and stand in front of the table where everybody else is standing behind the table. And he's kind of looking over Chris Payne at his work upside down. And he came in late, and Chris had started his demo. And Marcelo, in his broken English, asked, "So, Mr. Payne, what are you doing for your technique?" And he explained the whole thing. And he said, "Oh, you're just doing that Mark English technique," and then turned and walked out. And Chris just took it. I mean, it was like, he just couldn't believe the guy said it. It was awesome.
That's great.
He was so uncomfortable. You know, Marcelo, he just, no, I can't do this. I just can't do this. And we forced him to.
It was pretty
Because
funny.
he loved his work so much. And he said, no, I can't do that with Chris. He's a hero for me.
He did it.
Remember the year when Bill was first there and Bill had to be the creep and Sienkiewicz, and he comes
Oh
in.
my gosh.
He comes in late and we're doing the crit and he's man, oh my God, he just like tore into that guy. And that guy was so uncomfortable with the whole, "Oh, I'm funny to you? You think I'm funny?" And all hell, it was great.
Oh my God.
That guy was freaking out.
But it all worked out well.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
I remember walking in and being like, "This has gone too far." Everybody, this is a practical joke that is.
We did that to Gary that year, and he did it. He went up to the crit, and he's like, "Really? Like, this is it?" And he's like, "No, 5 more." And he turned around, and we were like, everybody was freaking out. And John, you had primed him, like saying that, you know, if Gary has a mustache, yeah, don't say anything, because that's like the cue that he's like really like
The rage dash.
enraged. Yeah, it's like he's not in a good place. And he did that with like making people put 5 more up, and then he couldn't. He's like, "I can't do this anymore." He finally cratered on it, you know, became the nice guy.
The punchline of the joke is both of them are like the nicest people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gary is.
Oh man.
Bill was the nicest. Bill's incredibly.
Bill's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's an incredibly sweet guy.
when he was in town for Comic-Con, he was with us that whole weekend, and it was every 10 minutes somebody would walk up, and you knew that he was aware that he meant something to them, because they would be like, "Oh my God, I love you, name it," right? And he gave every single one of them the same, like, in-depth attention and care, because you kind of knew they were going to remember that,
Exactly.
like there's some weight to it.
It's a memorable moment, right?
Yeah, and what I think would be easy for me to forget, or I think somebody in his position to forget, is like, yeah, if you act even slightly annoyed, it's like that person's going to remember that for.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a wrecking ball. So yeah, I couldn't believe it. He was so, every single person that came up to him, he gave them this little special moment they got to remember. Bill's
That's
gonna thanks a lot to me now. Everybody runs up to me. No, I heard it on this drawing thing. Apparently, he just talks to everybody.
Now Bill has like one bad day.
Yeah. I've never seen it. He's always so nice.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say it feels good to be with you guys again. It's just hearing your voices in my, in my place here is just like I'm back to the academy.
Yeah, man, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to hear your voices.
Montalvo, when are you going to start drawing?
I've been trying my whole life. With the thing of just staying at home, and
Yeah.
I just got really back into painting and doing what I really wanted to, because I've been digital for so long, and sometimes you lose your hand, right? Just stay away
But
from.
it's interesting too, because your digital looks traditional.
Sorry?
Your digital looks traditional though,
Yeah. This is something that I try to, carry on with, just doing Photoshop as I was doing drawing and using brushworks and all this kind of stuff. But when I'm doing what I do professionally, just matte painting, it just really got very little to do with what we do here.
Yeah.
So I miss paper. I miss, being with dirty hands.
Yeah.
It was just so funny. Just the other day, I was working there, and it was kind of easy week that we didn't have much to do. And I took my sketchbooks and started drawing some things, and got my fingers dirty with paint and stuff. And there's this guy that comes along with me. I think he was like 25, 26 years old. And he comes to me and say, "What you doing?" It's just sketching. And look, I got some paint in my hands. It's just like happy artist. He said, "Oh, you got dirt in your hands." And I said, "This is not dirt. This is paint." I say, "Well, I'm digital." And then it hit me. It was just, these guys, they were just born with a screen in front of them.
Yeah.
Never touched
Square
the
eyes.
can of paint.
They have square eyes.
Yeah. And it's just like I'm making some kind of magic in front of them when I'm starting drawing, and paper. And I say, "Whoa, you use paper? You use, whoa, can I see that?" And they go flipping through the sketchbook, and they go just crazy, because they're all.
It's interesting too, because a lot of the digital, you can tell if they've done traditional, because it's reflected in their digital work,
Oh yeah, it does.
George, just on the topic of Academy pranks, do you remember when I was interviewing John Foster down at we were down in the West Bottoms, and Mark, John's dad, Mark, was in the background, and he kept wandering into the background looking at student work, and he would talk to them during John's interview, and he was getting you could just hear Mark talking in the background of this interview. Do you remember? I think because I found the video just recently. I'll see if I can send it to you. It was you or me. We were telling John, we were like, you should spin around and yell like, "Hey, I'm trying to do an interview here." Like you're really upset, right? Like you're a diva. And I think John's kind of like, "No, I don't know." And we were like, "Yeah, I know you should do it. It'll be really funny." And in the video, he does it, and John really sold it. He spins around, and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to do an interview here." And Mark, and I zoomed the camera in on Mark's face, and his expression was just completely shocked. You know? And I swear, it wasn't even like a beat doesn't even pass. And John Foster goes, "I'm just joking. I'm just joking." You could tell it really scared him. Like, oh no, I crossed the line.
What have I done?
Remember that, John? You remember the time like I had that that palette with acrylics on it, dried acrylics, but they looked wet. And Mark always wore those white coats and white shirts and stuff. And I remember going over to Mark and tripping, with that palette. And man, I never saw anybody dance so fast in my life. He was dancing, trying to get away from that palette. It was great. Thought he was going to get paint all over him.
That's pretty good.
I remember a very funny time that Sterling was doing this was actually the first time we did that in the building, in the YMCA building in Kansas City, Kansas, Timmy.
Yeah.
And Sterling was doing his presentation and demo to the students. And he was in the midst of doing his demo. And Gary just showed up for the week. And so he was on empty. He was bringing all the artwork he brought. He brought a whole bunch of originals out of his car, and he was carrying them in. And Sterling's doing his demo, and he's hanging them up behind Sterling on the wall. and everybody stops watching the demo and just looking at Gary's work.
Yeah.
Sterling's reaction was beautiful. He was so taken back. He's like, "Really? Do you have to do that right now?"
John, how much time do we have left?
Quite a bit. It is, 1 second. I got so much pastel on my finger.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we got lots of time. 18 seconds.
I was like, I don't think we have a lot of time.
Nice.
Here's a question.
A little bit off.
Here's a Taylor Stevenson question. What is your desert island medium? If you had to be stuck with one medium for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Madame Laveau. She was a medium.
Do you want to elaborate?
She was a medium. She was a spiritualist.
I was like, I'm not familiar with that.
That was deep, George.
Yeah.
That was good.
You're just throwing everything at the wall tonight.
I am. See, I'm tired.
Jesse asks, can anyone go to study hall, or is it just for students? It is a visual arts passage exclusive club. So if you enroll in our mentorship courses, really any course with us at all, you get access to study hall, which is
Yeah, it's very cool.
Really awesome thing.
And last night, study hall was myself, Brent, Lake Hurwitz, and John Foster. And we looked at about 10 or more probably 15 different pieces of work critiqued.
Yeah, and one of the things I should add, just as John, as you're explaining this so people can get a better picture of it, is when you join our mentorship programs, it's not like this. This is a webinar setting where, you know, our guests as attendees, you don't have access to video or audio. You can't share your screen. Anything in our mentorship program, you get full access, just like a panelist would. So.
Well said, Timmy.
Yeah.
Also, the difference is like our 3-hour live class on Saturday is the actual 3-hour class. You sign up if it's on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. You sign up for that 3 hours. With that, you get the study hall, which is another 3 hours. And of course, you're in here drawing with us for 2.5 or 3 hours. And then we have communication tools that we communicate with our students throughout the week on a, what would you call that platform? I know what it's called, but what would you call?
Talking about Slack?
I'm talking about Slack. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to bring Slack up or not. Or
Always, yeah. We use Slack. It's our, it's kind of like our home base during the week. So I'd call it, it's our school's quad, kind of.
Well, it allows us to stay in contact with our students all week long. I mean, nobody's waiting around for an answer on simple, you know, really, really simple things, which thumbnail to develop.
Yeah, and frankly, email sucks. Email is stupid now, and this is the way people communicate. It's so much better, you know.
Some of our instructors, and I'm hoping all of them will take it on soon, is they're actually doing video recordings for the Slack response of the critiques during the week.
I should also add, if you really enjoyed attending this figure drawing session and you still want to up your game in figure drawing, John, I can't believe we didn't talk about this, but your class is now up.
Oh, cool.
So for those of you who aren't getting enough here, or really want some, you know, hands-on guidance, we've got a class that, John, how many students will be in it?
Max,
14.
Max, I think, what do we start splitting the class at 13? So maybe 14 students max, but we'll see.
Sundays.
Sunday.
Yeah.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only use half.
And what I teach in that class is the way we draw at the academy. It was my father's technique of teaching students simplification, how to see the silhouette of the figure, drawing the whole figure at one time. Pretty much how I draw everything now.
It's an amazing way of working.
And John, I think that probably some people are saying, like, why would I sign up for that class if I can just come to Thursday night drawing? And
we're not doing that here.
What's that?
We're not doing that here. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Right. Also, I mean, how valuable do you think it is to really have that, like, hands-on conversation where it's not just while we answer questions in the chat and stuff here, it's not a full two-way street, you know, like our mentorship courses.
Well, it's also assignment. It's also assignment-driven.
Yeah.
Assignments, a lot of documents, a lot of handouts, a lot of demonstration.
So if you really want to start showing off on Thursday nights.
shout out to Pam Ford in the crowd. Pam, your piece has been mailed. It's on its way, finally.
And then Gail Cobb.
If she's here, yeah, hers is on the way also.
Cool. Sterling mailed his to Gail today.
Oh, cool.
So I actually have a review with Gail on Monday, I think.
Nice.
I'm coming up soon sometime.
Oh, should we get moving to the next image?
Yeah,
I forgot that the clock went off, so I was just.
I forgot completely. I forgot the clock went off.
All right.
I'm so glad you did.
George, it's showtime, man.
Okay, so hit share content.
Let's see what happens. I
Hitting
don't know
share,
what content you got, so.
hitting share, and then I'm going to go to Procreate. Okay. Bam. All set.
I was gonna say, it says you are sharing screen.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to do that one girl. I'm going to play with just sort of the scribbly thing. I'm going to try and I'm going to distort her a little bit once I get into it, but
All right, I'm starting the clock. Sorry, I was late.
I'm going to turn my screen up a little bit. Here we go. It's weird. It's not as dark as it is on my screen on the larger screen.
That's probably just display, though.
Could be.
Got that. I bet you're using a really nice iPad Pro.
Yeah.
I would trust the iPad Pro's display. Just blame it on other people's monitors, George.
There you go.
Your fault, not mine.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can work faster in digital, George?
I mean, I think it's all part and parcel. It's all kind of the same, you know? But what's fun about the digital is being able to, you know, take this and then distort the heck out of her with, you know, the distort sort of feature in there, and play with that a little bit. But what I like about the scribble thing is that it's non specific. Like I can just sit and just, you know, just scribble and then and just keep building on it, you know. And just keep layering it. It's something that I've done, that I do traditionally in my sketchbooks. And then if I come in and I'm not using line weight in the same way, you know, so I'm not using a pressure sensitivity. I want it to be like almost like a gel pen deadline thing. But then if I go grab like white and start bringing that into it and building up the lighting. and you just keep layering, and it's kind of like washing the dishes, you know. It's therapeutic. Um, I just like to see it sort of appear. It's almost like building a wireframe, kind of weird.
Our our attendees, our turnout is getting a little bit larger now that I think that it's getting darker earlier, and the realities of fall are setting in.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot more people drawing with us.
Great.
Yeah.
Always good.
George is amazing. We need you to keep coming in so we can get a Procreate sponsorship.
That'd be fun. I contacted them early on because I've been with them since when they first hit, and never got any real response out of those guys.
I only received one response, and they're not so keen on process. They just were like, we don't care about, they were only really interested in like really finished work.
Yeah, weird.
What's fun with that? Yeah.
I think because most people use it for process. They were trying to get the other side so they could compete.
Yeah, it was like, learn to love yourself, Procreate.
Yeah. It really is I love it because it just gets out of the way, It just lets me draw and have fun.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to build your own brushes. Whereas when I get on Photoshop, I just feel like I'm bringing a neutron bomb to a pop gun war, And it drives me nuts. It's like digging through all this stuff just to do something simple, and it just, oh my God, it's so infuriating to me. I just want to have fun drawing, and this just gets out of the way.
Maybe the Procreate guys didn't realize yet that the process is something that sells the product.
Yeah, I mean,
Still trying to get them as sponsors.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. I was just
I
joking.
just need a name and a number. I'll call them. I have nothing to lose. They don't know me.
Yeah, no, I'm teasing. Yeah, no, I mean, it was, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, because I thought for some reason that y'all had actually gotten something going with them at one point.
It was something like that. It wasn't ever really a big relationship, though.
Yeah.
Now, Etcher, are you familiar with Etcher?
Yeah, vaguely. I've seen like they're even selling watercolors and stuff.
I saw that. They're a really cool company. They're out of Australia, and we've done a lot of stuff with them. Just in terms of, they've sent us some of their cool like little bags and stuff just to give away and give to artists we work with.
Yeah.
Love Etcher. Highly recommend it. You need they have like a plein air kit.
Yeah.
This model has such an interesting face.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting my drawing set up enough that I can start drawing and I know I'm not going to have time to get it the way I want it, but actually, oh my gosh, George, I just looked at your piece. It's beautiful. I haven't turned my camera on.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh. There we go.
John, I was just remembering first time we met when you went to the airport and picked me up. There was Scott Anderson there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and on the way we were just talking about, you know, the expectations and stuff. And you looked at me and you said, "You will be overwhelmed." I never forget that, and I really was. Much more than I expected.
I was just trying to intimidate you.
Well, actually it didn't. It just, you know, stirred me up.
All right.
That's looking good, John.
Thank you.
Somebody's asking how much the drawing course is.
$5.99, I think. I think it is $5.99.
And then Dale asked how George is sharing his iPad.
I just set it to share the desktop of the iPad, and then switched over to Procreate, and it just does it.
Oops. Timmy got booted.
Yeah,
He deserves a little tech
come
trouble
up.
when he gets back.
Don Rogers is asking, is that the same paper you're using at the academy?
Me? Yes.
Cool. I figured you're using new pastels, so I answered that part for you.
Thank you, Bill. You can make whatever you want to make up. Tell them whatever you want.
That's what I did when I was at the academy, when I had to keep everybody busy for.
I remember that. We were late getting there first. It was actually the first day. I was picking somebody up at the airport, and I was late, and I came in, and Bill was running the show. He had taken control. I was so happy he was.
I just felt bad. I figured somebody better start this thing.
Yeah.
I was the only teacher in the room, so I think it was on me.
I remember that well.
So funny. I just remember my son deciding after watching Wesley Burt that he wanted to be a concept artist. And then I think that lasted for a couple months.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with having me around.
Talking about kids, it was funny because Gabriel, my son, he just grew up watching me draw and doing my stuff, and that was natural for him, just like daddy draws, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then he grows up. He's about to turn 19 now, and it was a couple of years ago that a few friends of his, they were studying 3D and at a VFX school here in São Paulo, and then it hit him just like, hey, my father can do that. And he went to a presentation that I gave at the school that I was teaching, and that was the first time that he saw me as as an instructor, as someone else.
Right.
And I was just talking for 1.5 hours there and talking about color theory and stuff. And then he comes to me at the end and he looks at me and he says, Dad, I just didn't know that side of you.
That's nice.
I didn't know you that well. And people are just gathering around and talking, and it's just like, micro celebrity there, like 200 people in the house. And he was so impressed by that. And then he comes back to me a few months later, and he said, I want to get into the business, and I want to learn with you. And he said at a certain point, he was just looking at me and talking about Photoshop and stuff. He said, I want to be your best student.
Oh, that's
Then
sweet.
it hit me.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
That, having to hold the tears in the eyes, just like looking at him, is just,
That's
so you
very-
want to be my best student. I want to be your best teacher.
Montavo,
something-
did you try to talk him out of it?
Actually, that's something that I would never do, because I wanted him to be, in a field that I could just help him out. Because if he would go, to medicine or law school or something like that, I could never give him any kind of advice ever. Just cheer him up, but I'll never be able to give him some advice. And being in the same field, I say, well, that's so cool, because there's something that I can still teach you along the way. And he's doing fine. He's getting into 3D and studying Maya and all those kind of texturing programs, and it's very cool. He's not into drawing as much as I am, but he's getting technical, and he's got a good eye for movies and stuff. Incredible.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah.
him and good for you. I was kind of joking when I said that, because that was my dad's biggest fear, that I was going to be a really bad artist. And I think he may have lived it for a long time. He was real worried. And he was also really, he understood how the success that he had and what kind of an impact it would have on me.
Yeah, as a child, I can't imagine how it was for you to grow up with this, monster illustrators for your whole life.
Yeah.
How wouldn't you be influenced?
Yeah, he was really good about it. The funny thing is, when I finally convinced him that I wanted to do it, and he believed I could do it at that point, he said, okay, quit school, because now you got to start learning. I thought that was such a
Yeah, right.
funny reaction because you said you're having way too much fun at school right now. But, you need to leave.
So you can focus.
Yeah.
How old were you, John, when they did the illustrators workshop for the first time?
I think I was 12.
Wow.
I went to it a couple of different times. The first time I went and I kind of visited when I was about 17, and then I actually attended it when I was 19, and it was a great experience. Plus it was in Paris, so it was really nice.
Wow.
Got to spend 5 weeks in Paris, so that was fun.
With those guys.
Yeah.
Did they pull any pranks on each other in Paris?
I don't necessarily remember anything about that, but they certainly did it every day of their lives. That was a big,
Yeah.
they picked on each other all the time. Had a lot of fun.
John, were you telling me the story about, it was like the tiles in someone's backyard?
Oh yeah,
That was by the pool.
yeah, Bernie Fuchs's pool. Bernie was just like super possessed. He was putting this pool in his backyard, having it installed, and he had he had purchased all this, gorgeous tile. They were actually bricks, and and Bernie had this long time maintenance guy that helped him around his house and stuff, and he kept asking Bernie if he wanted him to help him do this project, and Bernie had the professionals guys come in that were doing it. And my dad and Bob Heindel thought it'd be real funny after they'd been drinking half the night to go over to Bernie's house in the middle of the night and lay all this brick the wrong way.
That's really good.
Bernie's reaction was to think that it was his maintenance guy that was trying to show him that he could do it. And he got real upset with him, and then he found out.
I was going to say.
Very quickly, he found out that it was his idiot friends that thought it was a fun prank to do after they'd been drinking half the night.
But wasn't it like he had a pattern and they rotated the pattern?
Yeah, he had this very
He was
precise
involved.
pattern, and he was always just on top of the guys that were laying it to make sure that they did it exactly. He had photos from this where he had stayed in Italy the previous summer, and he said, "This is exactly how I want it done." He was constantly all over the top of them, and of course, they did it completely the opposite way, just to annoy him. Bernie was the target of most of their jokes. Actually, he was very gullible.
John, are we closing in on 20?
Oh yeah, we're there. We finished about 2 minutes.
Minutes ago.
Okay.
So finish up, George.
I'm there. I can just sit there and scribble all night.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Well, should we check out some work? Please, if you've been drawing with us tonight, please post your work. We'd love to see it. Be sure to use the hashtags and everything. Go to our Facebook group, Illustration Isolation, or post it on Instagram and use hashtag Illustration Isolation. But if everyone's ready, know that I am.
I don't know if I'm ready, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm going to give everyone
Do I need to
a full
share?
minute to share it to Facebook and Instagram, whichever, pick your poison, whichever platform is more your speed. I'm going to give everybody one
There you
full
go.
minute. If you all didn't notice, Dale Stephanos snuck in the back door.
Yeah, I saw that. I just snuck in.
Dale style.
Well, I noticed that Timmy, you somehow got bounced, huh?
He bounced
I
himself.
did.
Yeah.
I did. If people didn't notice from my video, my wife, not my girlfriend anymore, she teaches second grade, and so she has taken my office, and now I work and spend most of my time in a camper in my backyard. And the
Nice.
internet was not as reliable as I anticipated, so I got booted, but I'm back. So
how is the marriage thing going there, Timmy?
Well, he's living in a camper outside of his house.
I was just going to say, let him think it's going well.
That's
yeah,
like, that's almost as a van down by the river. I mean, that's
yeah.
it's getting there.
There's an RV in my backyard.
So yeah, so if you know, when you were a teenager, somebody said to you, hey, you know, when you grow up, you're going to get married, and within a week, you're going to be in a trailer in the backyard.
No way.
Not me, man. Not me.
No,
No way.
never let it happen.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just said, can we see the drawings from the team? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me show you.
Timmy, is there I'm working in Photoshop here. Is there
Steal the screen and just share your desktop.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I just jumped in, but I didn't know if there's a way for you to just kind of pop
I can't grab it, but if you show it, I'd love to. If it's something you want, if you want to show us what you did, it'd be great to see it.
So what would I do? Just share, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. Who is that?
That's
Tavo,
Montalvo.
is that you?
Yeah.
That is awesome, man.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to
Montalvo,
meet
I'm having beard envy here too. I don't think you had that nice beard last time I saw you.
Well, it's I just let it grow. It's just quarantine things, and say, well, now I don't have anything to lose, so I let my hair grow and my beard.
There's lots of COVID beards going on.
Yeah. And long
I
hair.
never gets that full except parts.
Oh,
Okay. Are we ready to share?
Showing the studios.
Yeah, Dale, were you going to try and share your screen, or are we moving?
Oh no, go on.
Next week. Next week.
No, I'll do it. I'll do the next. Is this the last drawing?
Yeah.
Dang,
Man, Dale. Sorry.
You guys want to see those sketchbooks or maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mom,
that'd be
I
great.
forgot that we promised that. Yeah. Let's
Right.
check that out.
All right, I'll pick it up.
In the meantime, everyone, please post your work. Share your work on Facebook and Instagram.
I will.
Brazil, Montalvo, tell us where you're tuning in from in Brazil so everybody knows. We didn't really give you a proper introduction. I know we got a lot of new people here tonight.
Well, I'm in São Paulo. What kind of thing that I could say is just what I'm doing, but
Are you tuning in from your studio or from home, or is both?
well, this is both. This is actually my living room. Talking about marriage and stuff. I just got separated from my wife about a year ago, and I'm living on an apartment. So it was probably the best move that I made in my life. I just never felt happier before.
Yeah, well, congrats.
Yeah, don't take it as an advice, please.
Oh,
It's been fun. It's been really fun because I've been working on Vetor Zero as a digital painter there, as a background painter, for about 3 years now, and living in this apartment for about a year. I was used to a big studio and stuff, but I had to try to understand how space works. And in this new space, I got really I try to get all things together in the tiny space that I have. So I got really organized, and shelves and books and things, and everything's got its place. So whenever I finish my drawings and stuff, I try to get back to, things where they belong. So it's funny. It's good.
Wow.
Well, I'm going backwards here because there's some new stuff that I just put online a few days ago. It's just some things that I've been trying with this technique that I was doing with pastels, and then I go over with a roller with acrylics and that matte medium. I can't seem to find the ultra matte medium here in Brazil. It's really, really hard to get this one and expensive if I have to buy one. But I use the regular one, and it gives this, textures and small details and things that maybe just try to get a little close here.
Wow.
You see, this is something that I'm really trying to get into larger paintings. I was studying this for a while on sketchbooks and collages and things. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic, but it's such a lot of fun just to, put this all together. And then I get over some of these, lines with this wax crayons here. So I've probably never used it before. It's just I have it for about 20 years now. But when I got this image finished, I just, go over it and give it some real reds and browns and highlights and blues, because they just stick to the paper. They would never leave. And very bright colors. So sometimes it really works. It gets to a nice, bright colors around some muted colors. Let me try to get this a little bit closer. I think it would be easier to, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you. I was just watching The Godfather again for the 5th time just the other day. It's just so beautiful. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing the Peaky Blinders series.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful, and the story is so well told. Just I'm loving it. And I would really compare, Peaky Blinders at a certain level to the Godfather series. It's just like they're not Italian, they're Irish, right? But it's really, really well done.
You okay with that, Timmy?
Wow.
Oh,
You done there?
the Godfather versus Peaky Blinders,
Yeah.
cinematically or culturally?
No, the Italian part.
Yeah. If you
It's
guys
just-
don't know, I'm Italian, Sicilian actually. So, I'm fine with it, honestly.
Yeah, it's. I think it's
I
great
think it's a pretty
story.
good series.
Anyway, oh, there goes Steve Ray Vaughan here. Just
Oh, nice.
love it, love him so much. Just- there was a time that I was just writing lettering for people that are really influential to me somehow, and I should have, just keep going that way.
Did you ever hear Brad Holland had a great story about painting that Couldn't Stand the Weather album cover. He posted it on his blog at Draugr a few years ago.
Never heard it.
Oh, really cool.
Talking about really good series, Gianna's staring at me, waiting for us to watch the next episode of Fargo.
Oh, Fargo, that's
Season 3?
Oh, it's so good. Can't recommend it
Yeah.
enough.
Have y'all been watching Raised by Wolves?
No.
No.
Good. I'm enjoying it.
All right. This is great, Montalvo. Should we Montalvo, please share photos of this to the Facebook group. I know a lot of people want to see it. Should we check out the what everybody's been working on tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's bounce around the room.
Yeah.
Our last pose, and then we can look at everybody else.
Well, I got this one here first. And the second one is,
Oh, wow.
oh yeah, it's just behind it.
Wow. Montalvo, that's amazing.
Well, that's great.
Well, thank you.
All right. While everyone's here, we'll begin sharing.
What's on your mind, Timmy?
Yeah.
I can see your boom setup. That's cool, Montalvo.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Bill.
I think I could do that with a desk arm lamp too.
Yeah, this thing is probably not expensive.
Wow.
It's just an arm for a microphone. And I adapted it, just screwing things up and just, it ended up being very solid.
This
Nice.
works great. I love it. Some familiar faces. Awesome, Alana. See ya.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Both colors.
First image. Awesome. Thanks for joining.
Nice.
J.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome, Sherry.
Nice line work.
Did the wrong pose for the third drawing. It's funny. Awesome. Do you guys feel like the general skill is getting better since the beginning of quarantine?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Are you referring to us or the audience?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was going to say everyone, because, a lot of people have been religious about attending every single one.
I've been having a lot of fun, trying to find out different techniques and combining things and trying to be like doing some chemistry on the stuff. I don't know if it's improving actually. It was just I'm having some fun and having some plans of doing this in larger scales maybe.
Wow.
That's fun.
Yeah, it is. Cool, Joe.
Awesome. Oh, that turned out nice.
Fine.
Nice one, Chuck.
Cool, Cassandra.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Alana, cool.
Hey.
Yeah, Eyes and I didn't get along. That's a funny caption. Fun. Cool, Sherry.
Nice one.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Wow.
People's been working, huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice one.
Diamond, nice.
How many people did we have joining us tonight, Timmy?
You know, it changes because a lot of people show up for a couple poses, and so it can get into the several hundreds. But yeah, you never really know until the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, Felicity, to have you back. My mom's here. Sometimes, Montalvo, it's just all of our moms attending.
I don't have that privilege anymore.
Yeah.
Well, but I probably have my girlfriend that just.
Yeah, exactly. Family and friends.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Procreate. That's great. Awesome, Andrew.
I can't see anymore. My eyes have quit.
I know. I'm in the same boat. This is great. John, how many reviews did you do today?
6.
And those are no light feat. That's
They're an hour. The last one I did for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
They go for a long time. Some really incredibly good students, a couple of real pros.
how much did that cost them to meet with
How
you?
much did it cost me? I don't know, but
Guys,
it didn't cost them anything.
yeah, it's free. That's what I'm trying to highlight. It's totally free.
John. I'm on the mailing list, and I was considering having a
I
portfolio.
can't wait.
Yeah.
I think about it every time I see the email.
I can't wait. If any of you jokers sign up for it, you deserve everything I say.
Yeah.
Do
That's great.
something else.
These are awesome.
I
Oh,
thought
very
you were.
nice.
I thought you were a musician, Dale.
Yeah.
I,
Great. Felicity's back.
You said something about needing a drummer, Timmy, in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah. Oh,
You need
that,
Carlin?
the joke has been,
Brent,
Okay.
what is it?
yeah, occasionally we've gotten to a point where it's like, maybe we need to pluck somebody from the audience when things get started and all our artists show up late. Wow.
There are many musicians that are playing in isolation too, just like we were doing with drawing. They're doing with music.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's a lot of
amazing.
fun.
Yo-Yo Ma has been traveling around on a trailer, a flatbed, doing shows in Massachusetts.
have you seen him?
No, I know someone who got to see him, who just happened to see him though, and it was like we were just having lunch in the plaza, and suddenly this flatbed pulls up, and it's like, and I'm like to my buddy, that looks like Yo-Yo Ma.
And was it him?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
yeah. Amazing. Yeah, he and a piano player. I forget who the pianist was. I should have my musician card revoked, but
Dale, I was in, I think I was in like Soho with Gianna, and we were walking down the street, and I said, we were approaching a guy, we were about to walk past a person, and I was like, that's Will I Am. And Gianna goes, like almost as we were walking by, she goes, wow, he looks just like Will I Am. And I was like, no, that is Will I Am.
awesome.
Yeah.
There was in the 80s. I was in a band with a friend who was moving from New York, and we went down there to move him. He lived in the Village, and we were walking. I don't know if anybody knows jazz here, but
Love it.
we were walking like just in the corner of Bleecker Street. And there's this dude panhandling, skinny dude, and my buddy throws him $5, and I was like, "Wow, you're generous." He's like, "Yeah, that's my buddy Jocko." It's
What?
Yeah, it was Jocko Pistorius. He was,
Oh my God.
yeah, he was like totally strung out, homeless, panhandling. And I turned around. I'm like, that's one of the all-time, jazz legends. And
Yeah.
boy, okay,
And he was in that situation.
Wow.
yeah, that's my bummer story of the night. Glad I showed up.
It wouldn't be an illustration isolation night without one. No. Wow, this is great.
That's cool.
Oh, a couple people are posting them in groups. This is great. Awesome.
Oh, beautiful.
That is cool.
Yeah. Great. Oh, these are all right.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah. Good job.
They're okay for me.
If you just keep coming to these things.
Sign up for a portfolio review.
Yeah. This is great.
You laugh. I'll be there next week.
So will I.
They're awesome.
That's nice. Brian's got some demos on his Instagram, which are really cool. Just to watch his process.
Yeah.
Very recognizable style, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really distinctive.
Oh, cool.
Nice one.
I think it's such a great idea you got, John, and you guys, everyone, to have this, and we could see different styles on the same resources, the same subject. This is so cool to see how people react to the same input, and how do they put it back on paper or digital or whatever. It's just really cool. Just like looking through other people's eyes on the same subject.
Ooh, that's nice.
Ooh, wow.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, Montalvo, it really lets you know how much of a spectrum there really is of how many different ways there are to solve problems,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
approach problems.
Nice one, Marcia.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Illustration isolation, hashtag not Trump. Wow.
Agreed.
We have
Yeah,
one.
agreed. Definitely not. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. I want to make sure that every drawing is seen.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, cool, Andy.
Ooh, that's nice. That's
Awesome. Andy. Sweet. It is. It's the last week of career development. Alana's in our visual arts passage. She's a student in career development with Sterling Hundley.
Wow.
Very cool.
Great class. Great class of students.
I spoke with Sterling right before we started tonight.
Well, you know what's funny is Sterling, he's going to have to keep teaching for us because we can't get rid of that group of students. They just keep taking that career development course.
No kidding. Repeat,
Yeah.
repeat customers.
Repeat. It's a great course.
It's meant to be repeated also.
It is.
Like,
It's by design.
when you're not, it's,
Yeah.
you get to a point, you leave the program when you're ready. And
That's great.
Yeah, usually when people leave the program, it's because John, who was it? We had an event like this the other week, and somebody said I had to stop taking a visual arts I had to stop taking classes at Visual Arts Passage because I was too busy getting work.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great problem.
that was I can't think of, his name was Rios, his last name. And
I've heard a couple of people say it at this point.
Oh,
Which
that's
is
a nice
great.
one.
These are awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for posting and tagging so we can see it. It's great. Oh, that's so much fun.
Cool.
Cool. Wow. Oh,
Nice one, Chuck.
sorry, I wanted to. Come on.
Jimmy, are you going to be able to sleep inside tonight, or do you got to?
Gianna's right here, so.
Oh, is Timmy going to be able to sleep inside tonight?
He's just fine where he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling him I've been banished to the camper.
He's not been banished.
Well, he is now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow.
Nice.
That was beautiful. Man,
AJ.
Very
AJ
nice.
consistently very exciting drawing style.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Ralph Steadman-y.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Sweet.
Nice.
That's cool.
So great. A lot of people posting their work tonight, which is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Oh, that's very cool.
Ryan, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious to those of you in the crowd, who's tuning in at like a wild hour of the night? Because I know a lot of people are tuning in from kind of all over.
Well, this is 10:36 p.m. here in Brazil. Not that late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. AJ.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Chuck. Nice.
Storyboard the roll.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Montalvo. But yeah.
No, it's just it looks like storyboard drawing, and his name was just one drawing back.
Uh-huh. Oh, it was? Did I miss it? Sorry.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one. It really looks like storyboard style, and it looks familiar to me. I've been doing storyboards for quite some time, and then the name is Storyboarder roll.
Yeah. AJ. Wow. All right. This is the person that snuck into our hashtag. All right. Everyone, guys, thank you all. Thank you all so much for
Very, very fun night.
really
Thank you
fun
all.
night. Really
Thanks
such
for
a fun
everybody
night.
for joining us, instructors or guests, I should say, panelists and all the guests. It was great. Really fun night.
Yeah.
You all. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks, everybody. Montalvo, great to see your sketchbooks.
Yeah, great to see you again, Bill. I miss our talks there at the academy. It was just, we spent so much, so little time together, but our friendship lasts forever.
Absolutely.
So everyone, thank you for posting your work. If you didn't post it for us to check it out, please post it to the Facebook group. If you want to help out Visual Arts Passage by helping us continue to do these things, and you can't sign up for our mentorship program, but you want to support this in some way, please write us a Facebook review. I would love that. That would be really helpful. Preferably a 5-star Facebook review.
Please write a good Facebook review.
Yeah, good. If you don't want to do 5 stars, we understand. Please give us a call and maybe give the 4-star less review to me or John personally. And we'll pass it on. So anyways, good night, everybody. Dale, George, Bill, Montalvo,
Thanks, guys.
John.
Take care, everybody.
Good seeing you all.
Okay. See you all.
Thank you, everybody. Fun night.
Yeah, really fun. Bye, guys.
Night.
Night all.